What's up, YouTube? What's up, sports fans? It's Sean Patrick back with
Billy B.
and together we make
Team Take 'em.
So as you guys can see, me and Billy B are together once again. We had some time that we could meet up and do a video. It's been a while since we did one of these. So what we're going to give you guys is our top 5 NBA teams. So without further ado, Billy B is going to kick us off.
All right, we're going to start you out with the number 5 team. I'm going to go with the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies had a great season last year. They made it to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. They got a good nucleus with Rudy Gay, Marc Gasol. So I think they're going to have a good season this year, make the playoffs again, probably make it to the second round, hopefully a little bit more than that. So that's my number 5 team starting the top 5. My number 4 team, the ever-consistent San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs, they had Leonard and Neal have a great playoffs last year. So with another year under their belt, I think they are going to contribute to this team, who is aging a little bit, but with their nucleus of Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker, I think they will be another top 5 team this year. So that's my number 4 team. All right, my number 3 team is the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers had a number of changes this year in bringing in D12 and Steve Nash. Their starting 5 has a lot of all-star games, and Kobe Bryant, Gasol, and Metta World Peace returning to their 5. They haven't played together yet, so that's why they're not higher on my list. I have them at number 3. So we'll see how they play together, and cohesiveness might be a problem with that because Dwight Howard doesn't like to play hard sometimes. So we'll see how that goes. So they are my number 3 team. All right, my number 2 team is the Thunder. The Thunder made it to the championship game last year and did not have the output they would like. They didn't win, but this year they have the expectations of winning. They've been together for a couple years now. They have arguably the best player in the league, Kevin Durant. They have a great point guard in Westbrook. So I think they will get it done. They could get it done again this year. So they are my number 2 team. All right, and my number 1 team, everybody could guess it, the Miami Heat. Miami Heat have a great starting 5. They've got Bosh, they've got James, they've got Wade. And pretty much that's it. But that's all they really need. So Miami Heat looking for back-to-back championships. They said it before. They're not going for 1. They're not going for 2. They're not going for 3. They're not going for 4. They're not going for 5. They're going for 6. So Miami Heat, number 1 team. And my surprise team for the 2012-2013 season is the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors have signed Jarrett Jack in the offseason. They've got a good nucleus in Curry, Bogut, and Lee. So I looked for them to step up this season, make the playoffs, and I have them finishing 3rd in the division behind the Lakers and the Clippers. But I have them making the playoffs this year. So there's my top 5 teams and my surprise team. All right, there was my top 5 teams. Sean Patrick's going to give you his right now.
All right, so let's get right into it. My number 5 team, the Philadelphia 76ers. That's right. I know I always go with the hometown teams here, and it seems like I have quite a bias for them. Maybe I do. But with the Sixers getting Andrew Bynum, possibly the best big man in the league, and really no centers in the East to contend with him, they have a young nucleus. I mean, my biggest problem with the Sixers was that they had Andre Iguodala, who couldn't score, and really they had nobody that could score the ball. You bring in Andrew Bynum, who can score the ball, and he can dominate down low. You bring in some shooters such as Nick Young, Darrell Wright, and Jason Richardson, and you've got a pretty good team there in Philly. If Drew Holiday and Evan Turner continue to develop, they can make some damage. They can even move up the charts here. But right now I got them slated as my 5th best team. My number 4 team is the Los Angeles Clippers. They got Blake Griffin. They got Chris Paul. That's what you need in this league. A good guard, big man combo. And they've got it. Chris Paul is one of the best players in the league. Blake Griffin, he struggles sometimes to score, but he can get up there. He can still score 20 points a game just on dunks alone. You've got DeAndre Jordan there, manning the center, so he's a pretty good big man, over 7 foot tall. Chauncey Billups returns. Plus they signed Matt Barnes. That'll give him a little bit of help there on the defensive end. Number 3, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Made the finals last year. Young, up-and-coming team. They're really at their peak right now. They got a lot of talent on that team. Everybody knows Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. Everybody knows the names. They added Perry Jones III in the draft, and they got him really late. That could end up being a steal for them. Look for him to make somewhat of a decent impact on that team this year. I mean, he doesn't have much expectation coming out in his first year. Everybody kind of looks at him as a developmental project, and they don't know if he's going to be the same after his knee injuries. But look for him to make a contribution in Oklahoma City Thunder to be a pretty good team this year, obviously. Right there at the top. Number 2, the Los Angeles Lakers. Of course, they trade for Dwight Howard, signed Steve Nash, Antoine Jameson. They've got a lot of big names there in Los Angeles. Can they put it together? Is Steve Nash, does he have anything left? Is this the same Steve Nash that won the MVP? I don't know. He's 38, 39 years old. He's up there. He's got a bad back. Who knows what he's going to be? Is Dwight Howard going to be okay taking a back seat to Kobe? I don't know. What does Kobe have left? I mean, I love Kobe. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Possibly the greatest player of all time. Him and MJ are neck and neck, in my opinion, of all-time greats. What does Kobe have left at this point? He's played so many years. I think it's 14, 15 years in the league. I mean, what does he have? So this team has a lot of question marks. But I put him as my number 2 team because you can't count Kobe out. Dwight Howard's the best big man in the game. I think they're going to do pretty well this year. I think they'll be right up there at the top. And they also just need to get some chemistry, just like the Heat took some time to get some chemistry. Number 1, obviously, the Miami Heat. You bring back LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. That's the important 3. Big signing. They got Ray Allen in the offseason. That's going to help a lot because Ray Allen's going to be a killer shooter this year. I mean, you talk about LeBron James and Dwayne Wade driving the ball, getting Ray Allen wide open looks. That's exactly what Ray Allen needs for his career at this point. He doesn't need to be trying to come off screens and create his own shots. He needs to be wide open with these threes, and he's going to pop them. So I think Ray Allen's going to have a big year, and the Heat are my number 1 team. Finally, my surprise team, the New Orleans Hornets. They've got Anthony Davis, top pick in the draft. He's a defensive presence, great player. I think he's going to turn into an amazing player in the NBA. Maybe not an offensive threat, but he'll be a presence in the NBA for sure. Maybe what Greg Oden was supposed to be. Then you've got Austin Rivers. He's a promising young rookie as well. Eric Gordon, great young talent. And, of course, you've got Robin Lopez, who isn't bad at center either. So they've got a pretty good team. Look for them to be a surprise team, make the playoffs, maybe as a 6 to 8 seed, somewhere around there. All right, so there was my top 5 teams.
As always, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments below, give us your top 5 teams, give us your surprise pick for who's going to do well this year that's not supposed to. And as always, see you next video.